How many thumbs up I got? I got 5 or 6. I can't see.
0.
No, it was 0
6.
people. 0 people in the chat.
Stay.
Moving up dead air around here without fake dead air. Yeah, really. Moving up dead air around here without fake dead air. Yeah, really.
This stuff stops working.
Yeah. Thanks for that belly jolt.
I was in the car yesterday.
The connect button to get up
Yeah,
here.
Fake dead air.
That one shouldn't be allowed right now.
All right, what's shaking traffic-wise?
From the UC Health
Did you
Traffic
see
Center
that
and
green
the
long
UC Gardner
thing? That
Neuroscience
was a
Institute,
snake.
beyond experts find answers for some of the most complex brain tumors. Learn more at uchealth.com. Southbound 75 continues to struggle. An accident above 275 has the left side blocked. It adds to what was already running slow from above Union Center. It's police activity northbound 75 at Shepherd that's backing traffic through the Lachlan split. Northbound 71, there is an accident before you get into Kenwood, backing traffic past Red Bank. And Crescentville remains blocked between Mosteller and Chesterdale due to a wreck at the railroad tracks. Chuck Ingram, News Radio 700 WLW.
We got some storms going on out there, but they'll be maybe a little stronger this afternoon. These will last for a while, then midday there's a break for a while, then they redevelop and could be severe. High later on, 76. Overnight tonight, clouds around 56. Tomorrow, cooler, 65 with some clouds hanging around again. And right now, 58 degrees we got. And we got a seg. 700 WLW.
700 WLW.
What's going on?
Thank you, Mikey. Reds update. Reds kick off a 3-game setup against those NL Central Division leading Brewers tonight in Milwaukee. Tyler Mahle against Brandon Woodruff in the opener. 700 WLW's coverage begins with Lance. Sports Talk 6:05. R&L Carriers inside pitch at 12:40. The Kelsey Chevrolet extra inning show after the game. Bengals update. Bengals have re-signed a 14-year veteran, Cincinnati native and McNick grad Kevin Huber to a 1-year deal. BCHL hockey tonight. Cyclones and Walleye in Toledo. Game 7. Central Division semifinal series of the Kelly Cup playoffs. Winner go home. 700 WLW.
All right, Jay Ratliff is standing by. And, Jay, we have Alaska Airlines had a departure delayed here for an odd reason, a Pelican that wouldn't get out of the way.
That stubborn Pelican it was, Mike. The flight was trying to taxi and got to down the taxiway, and here's a Pelican sitting. Now, most of the time, they'll fly off, get out of the way, move or something. Not this one. He was just going to sit there and sat there for nearly 20 minutes. The audio for the pilot to the air traffic controller was pretty funny as he was trying to explain why the plane couldn't taxi. But, many times wildlife get in the way, Mike. If it's an alligator sunning itself on a runway, or if it's, deer that get onto the field, or in this case, a pelican that won't move, it's part of the wonderful world of aviation.
Pelican tend to hang around where there's fish. Not too many fish on a runway, so.
There was nothing there, but
he was digesting.
He enjoyed the view.
Yeah. American Airlines has fired 50 flight attendants because they decided to not show up when called.
Yeah, these are reserve flight attendants whose only duty when they are hired is to stand by, wait for them to be called at the last minute because someone called in sick. And you're not on reserve duty for long. I mean, it can be several months up to a year, depending on the airline and everything that's going on at the time. It's the way people pay their dues, but like a lot of the people that are being called on reserve aren't answering their phone. That's against the contract and the rules with American Airlines. And some of them, once they're notified that they're on duty, call in sick, which is also against the rules. So American has warned them repeatedly. No real improvement. So figures that, look, we've got the busy summer travel season coming, and we need you at the last minute if there is someone that calls in sick. So we'll see if it works, and I'll have more of those stories on my aviation blog, and that's sponsored by the Greater Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport, now offering round-trip fares to Tampa for $91. You can find the details on that and more at cvgairports.com.
Meanwhile, there are 50 openings for flight attendants at American Airlines.
Yeah, we'll see how fast it takes to fill. The Southwest is getting 9 to 10 applicants for every online job posting where they used to get 150.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
All right, what does the weather look like?
Salt Lake City going to give us some weather delays today, but clearly the problem child of the day is going to be Chicago. A lot of rain and wind and limited visibility is going to give us delays approaching 2 hours at times. Detroit may have some delays as well, but those three hubs are going to be the problems.
All right. Jay, thanks very much. Got 7:26 and a half now, 700 WLW. And we will have Aaron Katursky joining us next hour, late in the hour. Just the latest on this Politico bombshell, which appears to suggest that the Supreme Court will overturn Roe v. Wade. You know, how that may have leaked, how legit it is. Could things change between now and June when they finally come to their decision? We'll cover that with Aaron Katursky next hour. 700 WLW.
When it comes to diamond engagement rings, you want the best selection, price, and service. I get it. I'm Jennifer, and my engagement ring came from James Free Jewelers. They showed me everything. They have a wide variety of new designs from top designers around the world. We even looked at ideas I brought in for something custom made. It was like a bridal superstore right inside James Free. With different financing options, it was easy to find the perfect ring to fit our budget and our style. Visit James Free at 9555 Main Street in Montgomery and online at jamesfree.com.
Where does that plane take you this summer? Family reunion, long-awaited magical moment, or that milestone wedding or reunion? CVG Airport can get you where you want to go. With plenty of airlines and tour operators offering 50-plus nonstop destinations and the lowest average airfares in the region, CVG Airport makes travel easy. Book now to make your travel dream for the summer come true. CVGAirport.com, connecting you to what matters for 75 years.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that inner coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Spring is here, and Ohio Mulch has a brand new offer for you. The Spring Bulk Mulch Sale. Use promo code MULCH5 and get 5 yards for $199. Red, black, brown, or topsoil, and includes delivery. Fewer locations, better pricing. OhioMulch.com.
It's getting close to news time, 700 WLW. Something else on the blog. It's a good blog day today. As you probably guess, our friends in Ukraine are kind of fighting on a budget. They get by with what they can get by with. And they've got these, they're referring to as almost a Mad Max type vehicle. They're like ATVs, four-wheel ATVs. So just seat two. And they've got some camouflage on top of them. And then anti-tank missiles they shoot from, if you look, you can tell from a distance it looks like a bush. But they move around and they hit a lot of tanks. I think so far they said they've probably taken out 1,000 Russian tanks already, 2,400 armored vehicles, and 345 aircraft. But it's kind of a cool looking thing. And they're firing missiles from it, and you can see it right there on my blog, the video for you to see. My page at 700WLW.com. So check it out. It's 7:30.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
Bombshell leak on an upcoming Supreme Court ruling with the 7:30 report. Rick Ucchino breaking down. Tensions high this morning in Washington as the U.S. Supreme Court appears set to overturn Roe v. Wade. A report dropping last night that sent shockwaves across much of the country.
Barricades erected and protesters gathering, all in response to a new report saying the conservative-leaning court is ready to overturn Roe v. Wade, the landmark ruling that legalized abortion. The website Politico reports it obtained documents from a person familiar with the court's proceedings. The documents are labeled a first draft, an opinion in a case challenging Mississippi's ban on abortion after 15 weeks. A ruling in that case is not expected until the summer.
That is ABC's Andrew Dimbert. Two Southern Ohio Democrats running for governor here in the state. Former Dayton Mayor Nan Whaley and former Cincinnati Mayor John Cranley are now pushing for change in light of this impending Supreme Court ruling. Whaley saying in a statement that it's never been more important to elect a genuinely pro-choice candidate to be Ohio's next governor. John Cranley calls the potential ruling an outrageous attack on the dignity and freedom of all women. We'll have more on today's primary in Ohio in just a few moments. First, let's check the latest traffic and weather together.
From the UC Health Traffic Center at the UC Gardner Neuroscience Institute, renowned experts find answers for some of the most complex brain tumors. Learn more at UCHealth.com. Just continue to work with an accident northbound 71 before you get into Kenwood. The left lane's blocked. Traffic backing up past Red Bank. Northbound 75, I'm getting the reports of an accident above the lateral. Traffic was already slowing thanks to the wet roads out of St. Bernard. Southbound 75, it's a wreck at 275 in Sharonville, adding to the delays.
You going or what? I'm out here waiting.
Northbound 275, an accident on the left-hand side just after
All right.
you got past
It's cold
Gillian.
out here. I got the car warm. All right.
Between Mosteller and Chesterdale due to an accident near the railroad tracks. There's a wreck on Union Center near Mulhauser. Chuck Ingram, News Radio 700 WLW.
This report is sponsored by the Cavalcade of Homes. It's the Cavalcade of Homes, the first 3 weekends in May. Hours are noon to 5. Admission is free. Produced by the Building Industry Association of Northern Kentucky. Visit buildersnky.com for your virtual Cavalcade of Homes experience and info about the live event.
Now the latest forecast from the Train Heating and Cooling Weather Center on News Radio 700 WLW.
Going to be a nasty day out there today. Morning storms likely. We'll see about a midday break and then afternoon showers and storms redevelop, some turning strong to severe. We're going to see a high topping out at 76. Mostly cloudy overnight tonight as we dry out. Your low down to 56. And then for your Wednesday, cloudy, not nearly as warm, only a high of 65. It is 58 degrees right now. News, a service of AE Door and Window. Even as we hit primary day in Ohio today, we still do not have new legislative maps that have been approved by the state Supreme Court, which means some key races will not be on the ballot today, specifically the ones for state house and Senate seats. But there are many other important statewide races up for grabs, highlighted by Governor and U.S. Senate.
And of course, we also have some countywide executive offices. There's a commissioner seat that is up for nomination, as well as the auditor and a number of judicial races.
Hamilton County Board of Elections Director Sherry Poland, the Ohio Redistricting Commission, meantime, will be meeting this week to try and hammer out a new map so a separate primary could be run in August for those state House and Senate seats. For today's election, polls are open until 7:30 tonight. It is primary day in Indiana as well, with races for Congress and state lawmakers on the ballot. Polls open until 6 in the Hoosier State tonight. Kentucky's primary will be May 17th. President Joe Biden coming back to Cincinnati after meeting with manufacturing leaders on Friday, although the full details of his visit are not yet known. Protesters gathering outside of the Forest Hills Board of Education last night upset that Diversity Day was canceled at Turpin High School. Students at Turpin say they will walk out on May 18th if the event is not reinstated. The board canceling Diversity Day at a special meeting on Sunday, saying that it should not happen during class hours. The Reds back in action tonight, starting a 3-game series in Milwaukee. Seg has all those details coming up in sports. First, though, showers, storms, some could be severe. The forecast is next.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Donate your car today with 1-877 Cars for Kids. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights. Also on the web at carsforkids.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hi, I'm Bill Weber.
And I'm Adam Weber of AE Door and Window.
We've grown a lot over the years, but we've always remained a hometown company.
We work hard every day to be the Tri-State's first choice in garage doors, entry doors, openers, windows, and awnings.
From Clopay garage doors to LiftMaster openers and more, we've got the best products at the best prices and the best team of technicians.
Learn more at aeDoorSales.com.
We sell the best. That's service the rest. AE.
This report is sponsored by Mecum Auctions. Take the short drive for big action when Dana Meekum's 35th Original Spring Classic returns to Indianapolis May 13th to the 21st. 3,000 muscle cars, classics, Corvettes, trucks, exotics, hot rods, customs, and more. Register to bid or buy advanced discount tickets at Meekum.com.
Here's the latest forecast.
It's a 9 First Warning Weather Alert Day. We have 2 distinct rounds of storms, the first of which unfolding this morning. Most of this gone by 10 o'clock. We get a dry window, and then around 2 p.m. we'll see new storms developing, and those could quickly turn severe. We're looking at damaging winds, isolated tornado threat, and also some large hail. High today of 76. Tonight will dry out, and tomorrow mostly cloudy with a high of 65. From your severe weather station, I'm 9 First Warning meteorologist Jennifer Ketchmark, News Radio 700 WLW.
59 degrees right now. Our next update at 8 o'clock. I'm Rick Ucino, News Radio 700 WLW.
Good morning to you. Time is 7:36, 700 WLW. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Next hour, going to be kind of busy. We have Sarah Isger joining us. We have Aaron Kotersky joining us. And I'll be joining you. I'll be here too, yes, all the way till 9 o'clock. And take a look at what's happening in Ukraine. According to NATO muckety-mucks, Russia's military is exhibiting amazing incompetence, they say. Amazing incompetence in Ukraine. They say in modern history, there's no situation comparable in terms of the deaths of generals on the Russian side in a 2-month period. We've seen at least a dozen, if not more, Russian generals killed. For comparison, they cited a recent American conflict saying not a single general was lost in actual combat in U.S. wars, Afghanistan, or Iraq. They said it's not just generals being killed, but their inability to conduct logistics, have a bad battle plan, and the loss of their flagship at sea. It's been a bad performance by the Russians thus far. Russian generals and top military personnel who've been killed in the invasion included Deputy Commander of the 8th Army, Major General Vladimir Petrich Frolov, Deputy Commander. All the names are listed here. It doesn't mean a whole lot to us, but they say that should never happen. It shouldn't happen once, much less 12 times. So in addition to slamming Russian President Vladimir Putin for military incompetence, former commanders accused him of unleashing war crimes in Ukraine, beginning with the illegal invasion of a neighboring democracy, including massacring civilians, destroying cities, and using rape as a weapon of war, and went from there. I mean, it's butchery going on over there right now. And this is something that should haunt Russia for a long, long time. Well, first you have to see to it they can lose, if that's possible. There's some who say eventually they're just going to wear Ukraine down because at 7:38, close to 7:39, that's about all the time right through here.
There are a lot of shows to listen to these days. Make sure it's a show worth your time. I suggest The Scott Sloan Show.
I face the same problems you do, so let's talk about them and have a little fun along the way.
Check out Sloaney this morning at 9 on 700 WLW. And be sure to catch his podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
This report is sponsored by LCNB National Bank. LCNB is your community bank with offices in 10 counties across southwestern and central Ohio. Go further together with LCNB. Member FDIC.
Mike Miller, director of LCNB Wealth, tells us how they do wealth differently.
We start the conversation with people by saying, what is it that you want? And you tell us what you want, you tell us what you dream about, and we'll tell you 12 different ways to do it, and we'll make sure that it's done right. We help them get to where they want to be.
LCNB.com/wealth. Make your hard work go further. Wealth services are not insured by FDIC or any government agency. Not bank guaranteed. And deposits or obligations may lose value.
So learn how to get rich so we can take money. This is the Bloomberg Market Minute on 700 WLW.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Surging used car prices are fueling big gains for Avis Budget, while demand for U.S. rentals has climbed back above pre-pandemic levels. The rental car company reported a record first quarter profit, helped by a U.S. travel recovery, while soaring prices for used cars offloaded by Avis cut its per-vehicle fleet costs by 90%. Amazon workers at a facility in New York City have voted not to join an upstart union, only weeks after the group won a resounding victory at a warehouse across the street. A more recent election at the Staten Island Sorting Center was not close. The Amazon labor union got just 380 yes votes to 618 no's. The Fed kicks off a two-day policy meeting today and is expected to announce a 0.5% increase in benchmark interest rates tomorrow. That would be the largest hike in 2 decades. Stock futures point to a lower open on this Tuesday morning. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
All right, it's a particularly busy morning on the roads.
Yes, sir.
Slow, slow, slow.
Yep, that's for sure.
Run it all down, please.
Well, the wrecks don't help any at all. From the UC Health Traffic Center at UC Gardner Neuroscience Institute, renowned experts find answers for some of the most complex brain tumors. Learn more at uchealth.com. Northbound 75, the wreck is above the lateral. The left lane is currently blocked off near Town Street. That's adding to the delays through St. Bernard. Northbound 71, left lane's blocked with an accident before you get into Kenwood. That traffic's now backing up to the Norwood lateral. They cleared the wreck southbound 75 at 275 in Sharonville. Crescentville remains blocked between Mothfeller and Chesterdale due to an accident near the railroad tracks. The latest is downtown at 3rd and Vine. Chuck Ingram, News Radio 700 WLW.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen.
DQ presents, picture this. You stand before the new signature stack burger menu at DQ. 5 cheeseburgers with 100% real seasoned beef, like the loaded A1 stack burger. And your mouth wonders, where have you been all my life? DQ, happy tastes good.
All right, now First Warning Weather Center we go to. Jennifer Ketchmark stands by, and it's raining, and you can quote me on that.
Well, look at that.
Yep.
Yeah, we had some good little downpours that came through during our show, and there's still just kind of widely scattered showers. I mean, there's more down toward like Madison, Indiana, so that still has to come through this morning. And this is all round number 1 with the warm front. In the afternoon, the atmosphere starts to bubble up, get a little more energy, and that's when we could get some of those storms that turn a little stronger to severe out of this system. Now, I'm not expecting a huge severe weather outbreak type of day. Can we see a handful of severe thunderstorm warnings?
Yes.
Sure. But do I expect, horrendousness to happen today? No. But we probably have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings. There's a chance we might even get an isolated tornado warning. There's a touch of spin in the atmosphere today. So Steve and Brandon will be tracking that for us this afternoon. I will be at home at that point, but obviously basking in the fun that is thunderstorms even down in Kentucky.
No one expects horrendousness. Horrendousness just happens. Out of nowhere.
By the way, I hope your ears were burning yesterday afternoon.
What happened?
Well, Willie was talking about me, and so I called in. I was like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, what's going on with you and Mike McConnell? I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about, man? I was like, it is my job to harass him on a daily basis. That is what's going on with Mike McConnell.
And then you get
Yeah.
All right, we'll wait around for that.
Yeah, because, it's Tuesday, and we're super patient people.
You got it. Have a marvelous day, would you please?
Bye, Schmoopies. Good talking to you.
Thank you. Adios. Temp right now is 58.
700 WLW. Sports.
Sag, it's your turn.
Thank you, Mikey. Reds update. Reds kick off a 3-game series up against the NL Central Division leading Brewers tonight in Milwaukee. Tyler Malley will go up against Brandon Woodward from Game 1. 700 WLW's coverage. 6:05 Atlanta Sports Talk. RNL Carriers Inside Pitch at 6:40. And then the Kelsey Chevrolet Extra Inning Show after the game. The Reds should have catcher Tyler Stevenson back in the lineup tonight. He's returning from that concussion suffered in San Diego. Bengals update. Bengals have re-signed